Good afternoon, garden friends. I'm back over in the side garden bed of the romantic courtyard. And based off of some recommendations, I'm adding a little more color, some additional height to this garden area. But the one thing that I'm struggling with, but I think I've come up with a plan, is the fact with the gravel. The gravel is so heavy over here. And I want to make sure that whatever I put over here is not going to be stressed and it possibly holding heat. Now, mind you, this area does not get more than about 4 hours worth of that direct sun when we are in the thick of summer. But also, once we get the pergola built over in this area, it'll act as a filter to assist the plants that I have over here. So let me share with you some of the plants that I'm going to be placing over here. Okay, this here is Primrose. I so love Primrose. And let me give you the specs on it. Full sun. It will get 5 to 6 inches tall. And then, you just make sure that you fertilize it in the spring. Because this is an annual, and then make sure that it is on a feeding schedule so that you have the continuous blooms. And what I did was I got the yellows and the pinks over here. I also got a heuchera. This here is called Lime Marmalade. Isn't that gorgeous? And part of the reason I got this color is because my 2 rose bushes over here that have pink flowers on them, the leaves are a rich dark green, and I think the chartreuse will end up looking really nicely. And secondly, someone had commented on the barrels, the wine barrels that I have here. So I thought by surrounding the barrels with heuchera, and I also got some grass that I'm going to put over here. It will act as a accent or complement to the ferns. So those plants are this here is called the Golden Sweet Flag. Isn't that gorgeous? And the thing of it is, I can split this. I was looking, if you look down in here, I can split this probably 3 into 3 different sections. Now this here gets, what is it? I think it's at 18 inches tall. And that'll be a little bit taller than the whiskey barrel. So it'll act as a camouflage to help soften up, the darkness of the barrel. So a couple things that I'm going to be doing over here to help offset the gravel. I'm going to go ahead and dig the holes, move the gravel out the way, dig the holes, I'm going to put some good soil in it. And then before I put the gravel back over top of it, I'm going to put a nice healthy layer of mulch, because my thought process is, maybe with having the mulch close to the crown of the plant, it'll keep those roots cool, even though the gravel is on top of it, So that is one of the things that I am going to be working on today to get all of these plants into the ground. Then we will take a look at it once we are done. So let me go and get my tools and get started on this. Okay, guys, just to give you a sense of how deep we got this gravel, that is a good 3 inches down, and probably a reason why we don't have any weeds in here. This is going to be a little more time consuming than I thought. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna just start digging the holes, and then when I start planting stuff, I'll get back on, because I'll have to be stopping and going, and I need to get this done. So see you in a bit. Okay, so I got the hole dug and put some good soil at the bottom so I can put this hooker in there. Hold on. And then I'll put the hooker in and then cover it all up with some new soil, and then I'm gonna put some mulch and then spread the gravel back over. Just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I'm gonna be doing, because yeah, this is gonna be a physical activity today, and dirty. Okay, I am done over here, and I am loving the pop of the heuchera and the chartreuse, and also the grass, which is evergreen, and it is really coming together. And then we moved the water fountain to more center of the garden bed, and then where that blue turquoise pot is that I have my creeping fig in, I'm going to look for a small Japanese maple that gets maybe about 4 foot tall at the most. That area doesn't get a lot of sun, and I think it would be really pretty there. But I can't thank you guys enough for the recommendations, because it's coming together really, really nicely. It's so peaceful with the sound of the water fountain. Now I've gotten suggestions to add lavender, Russian sage, some other shrubs, in the garden bed. So I'm going to, make sure that I incorporate those things, because there are areas in the other beds that I want to be able to add those plants to, because like I said, I'm looking for it to be very cohesive. Now the other thing that I got to thinking about, a benefit with me planting the annuals that I have here, that when I want to change those out, I have the spot, the hole already with soil. I might have to put, some more soil in there, but I'll be able to plop new annuals in those spots to add more color and texture to the garden. So I'm like really excited about that, because I do think I have enough perennials in here on this side of the garden bed. But I'm just really excited that by doing the holes in advance, I'll be able to incorporate new annuals in those spots. Now, we are actually working on another project, which Kevin is doing. So let me go and show you what he's been busy with. All right, because we're going to be working on a big project in the vegetable garden area, I wanted my raised beds to be just a little more sturdier. And so Kevin, once again, the executor of my vision, has enclosed the beds. And boy, they are way, way heavier than the prior to us enclosing it, because this is treated wood. So guys, keep on the lookout for our next big project that we're going to be doing in the vegetable garden area. Okay, and as you guys know, this is an area that I'm going to be clearing out the gravel here. And the one good thing about this side of the garden is when I was digging up the creeping Jenny, I saw the weed blocking fabric. So this area does not have the gravel on it as thick, but one of the things that I'm going to be doing is these pots here, because I had gotten some recommendations on the Pergola to have roses growing up the side, but because I have so many roses in the outskirts and then over in that area, I'm actually going to go with this. So let me show you. This here is a Carolina Jasminia. It's a flowering vine, and it'll get 10 to 20 feet tall. Blooms in the early spring. It's fragrant, and it has these gorgeous yellow flowers on it. Now it says sun to shade, and where I'm going to end up putting this is once the pergola gets built, because on the outskirts we tend to have the sun there a little bit longer. I'm going to actually today I got two of these, and get my bobo put in another container, because I'm going to, like I said, be putting the bobos in the ground over in this area once I get the gravel moved out. But today, I want to be able to get these guys into the bigger pots and just have them stage getting acclimated to pots. So that's what I'm getting ready to do now. All right, so like I said, I'm going to get the bobo transposed into another pot. And this is the thing. Oops, let me. This here pot, I believe, had my dapple, willow dapple. And that's why I say, don't throw away pots, because you can always end up reusing them. And then the other thing, I got this inner soil for discount prices. Anytime that you go to like Lowe's or Home Depot and you see that they have put it in a plastic bag, those are ones that they're selling at a discount price. So I'm getting some good soil at a discount price. So I'm going to use this pot here to go ahead and put the bobo in, so that I can put the jasminia into the white pot that is going to eventually be on the back end of the gazebo or arbor or pergola, whatever I want to call it. And I want to get it set so that while we're having this good weather, it'll get acclimated. And then I can also see how well it does, because it said it is a fast grower. So get this bobo repotted. I just want to be able to put some soil in the bottom of this pot. And then I think I need to get a little bit more of that dirt out of here. Ooh, those roots are in there. And guys, this was one that I had propagated last year. Look at that root ball. That means some root still was in the pot. All right. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and put this soil back over top of this guy, and then get this pot prepared with the new soil for the jasmina. Now, that's only going to be in there for a short period of time, because like I said, I'm going to be starting on this bed, and as I get the rocks cleared out, I'm going to get more soil and get these guys planted in there. But let's go ahead and get this jasmina taken care of. Let's see if I can lift this bag up. got that about a little over half full. And the soil already has fertilizer in it, so I'm not going to add any in. And then I'm going to leave the sticks here until we have the pergola up. And then I'll move the sticks because it'll be the frame of the pergola that it will be housed. And look at these roots. Just going to massage them just a little bit because they seem a little tight. And then this soil is nice and loose. These guys to have hold. Okay. Look at such a mess over here. You know what? I think I'm gonna not have it so centered because I want to make sure it has room to grow up on the trellis. So maybe what I'll do, I'll put it a little further back. And then I can actually possibly put some annuals in the front here once this guy gets done blooming, since it blooms early spring. All right. And then I'm going to give it a nice drink of water and then go ahead and get the second one done. I'm going to then set them in the location where they're going to be at for now until the pergola ends up getting built. All right, so let me go ahead and get the second one knocked out, and then I'll show you where I'm going to be placing these guys. Okay, so this is where I'm looking at placing the Jasmina. I went in too deep of the patio bricks on both sides, and that's what we're going to do when we build the pergola. But just envision the umbrella gone, the reclining chairs gone, and having the backdrop of the garden. That is going to look really, really nice when we get this pergola built. All right, guys. That's the end of today. This was no joke, moving this gravel, even though I was just digging holes. But I think it has turned out really, really nicely. So keep your suggestions coming. I'll post again where the Google document is so you can continue to send your ideas that I can incorporate into our courtyard garden. Well, thank you again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and I look forward to you checking out my next video. Oh, look how nice it looks at night.